name is Ellery from the South Main Library, and I will be going over an ocean zone experiment today, where we're going to be talking about the depth of the ocean and the marine life that resides in it. Now, if you picked up one of our ocean region steam packets, it goes over how much of the ocean there is. The world is covered with 70% of water, and it's divided into different oceans like continents. But the ocean doesn't just cover the surface, it covers the area beneath. And some areas can go more than 7 miles deep. And we will go over that in our experiment. So we're going to go over the 5 ocean zones, starting with the bottom one, which is 6,000 meters and below. And this is called the hadopelagic zone, also known as the trench zone, where we have the Mariana Trench, which is 7 miles deep. So imagine if you have Mount Everest in this trench. So the top of it would still be a mile under the ocean surface. Now we're going to go and use the syrup. And this area is very dense due to the cold. It's, about 1 to 4 degrees Celsius down there. And because of the pressure from the water, it is about 8 tons per inch worth of pressure. So imagine if you were, you had 48 aircraft carriers weighing you down as you moved. Now, the next zone up is the abyssopelagic zone. And this zone is 4,000 to 6,000 meters below the ocean surface. And we're going to be using the dish soap going and showing this. Now you want to make sure you pour this in slowly so you don't go and kind of combine these two liquids. Now this is, the pressure from this is, about half. So you only have like 24 aircraft carriers weighing you down. It's a bit warmer at 4 degrees Celsius. Now, the next zone up from that is the bathypelagic zone, and we're going to use the water showing this. So we're going to go and use the water for the bathypelagic zone, and we're going to use this dropper to slowly put the water in so it does not mix together with the other layers here. Just going to slowly drop this in. So the bathypelagic zone is 1,000 to 4,000 meters, and it's 4 degrees Celsius. Now, these 3 zones are completely dark. Sunlight does not enter into these zones because it's so far beneath the ocean. Okay, the next zone up is the mesopelagic zone, and which is also known as the twilight zone. And like as in Twilight, this is the sun actually reaches this zone of the ocean. This zone is from 200 meters to 1,000 meters, and sunlight can go as deep as 600 meters. And it's also warmer in this area due to the sun, because it's like 10 degrees Celsius. Now we're going to be using oil for this zone. Now because of the sunlight that enters this zone, plant life thrives due to the photosynthesis of the sun. So the next layer up, which is the uppermost layer, is the epipelagic zone, also known as the sunlit zone, which is 200 meters to the Earth's surface. And we will be using alcohol to show this. Now this is where it gets a lot warmer because of the sun warming this. So it's like 36 degrees, starting at the bottom 200 meters, and then gets increasingly warmer, you know, the farther up the surface that you get. So it's like better to swim in, like the Caribbean. Now there's over 200,000 species that they have found in the ocean zones, but because of, you know, most creatures they found live in the top two zones due to sunlight and, you know, more availability of food. And I only have a small selection of creatures, so it's like about 2 each per zone that I'm going to be going and talking about. And I'm going to start off with some Florida favorites in the sunlight zone, otherwise known as the epipelagic zone. First, we start off with the manatee. And these creatures, you know, we find them in our rivers, but they also can travel through fresh water and salt water. And as we know, the sea cow, it goes and it eats vegetation. Another creature that we see in the sunlit zone is the dolphin. And the dolphin needs to stay in the sunlight zone because it has to breathe air from its top. One of my favorites is the sea turtle. Now the sea turtle can go and travel long distances. It can go down to the midnight zone, the bathypelagic zone, but we're going to put him in the sunlit zone where we usually see him. Now the next zone down is the mesopelagic zone, and this is where we get, you know, some of our bigger predators like the great white shark. You know, amazing creature. I do a fun shark experiment in our ocean steam packet if you wanted to go and check it out. Another creature that lives there is the octopus. Now the next layer down is the bathypelagic zone, the midnight zone. Now because sunlight doesn't reach in these areas, pigment is washed out of some of the creatures. So, and this creature is the sperm whale. And it's a predator. It eats mostly, you know, animals that live in this area, and it can go up and migrate and eat squid and other things. Another predator that lives there is the goblin shark, which has a nose that can, you know, get bigger than Pinocchio's, it looks like. And it was named because it looks like a goblin, you know, due to its pale skin and, you know, long nose and protruding teeth. So yeah, and they go and they have extendable jaws to go and eat their prey. So, and they go and usually live off the coast of Japan, so they might eat there for prey, or might be a, like, you know, a special deep water safe for green grounds. The next area down is the abyss zone, and not too many creatures live here, and they have to have special adaptations to help them live in this zone. One of these adaptations is bioluminescence, and that's where they can create light in their body. Now, if you've watched Finding Nemo, you might see a scene where Dory's going and chasing after this light and encounters a fish with huge teeth. Well, that is the anglerfish, and it actually uses that light to go and attract prey for it to eat. Another creature that you find down there is the gulper eel, which has a large mouth to go and get various, eat various things. And its body is, doesn't have any bones or structures in there to go and handle the pressure of that ocean. And the final one, the trench zone, there's not too many creatures that live down there. One of them is amphipods, which looks like a shrimp. And if you know a shrimp, it has a flexible outer shell and, just mainly a body in there. And they are hungry little suckers. There was an expedition down to that area and they went and put out a chicken and they went and picked that chicken clean. I mean, there was, just the bones left over. Another creature you can find down that area is the sea cucumber, and it eats mostly plankton, which is small microscopic creatures that, we don't normally see. Ant-Man might be able to see them, and that lives at the bottom of the ocean. And this is an example of the marine life that you can find in these zones. If you want to find out more summer contact, you can like and subscribe to us or also follow us on Facebook.